Hello and welcome to my top 10 favorite Yusei Fudo cards. This list wasn't easy to make since I love all of Yusei's cards. Yes, even the useless ones. Remember, this is my personal favorite cards list, so if you have a favorite card not listed on here, let me know. So starting at number 10 is Quibble Hedgehog. Quibble Hedgehog is a level 2 machine effect type monster with 800 attack and defense. With the effect of, if this card is in your graveyard and you control a tuner monster, you can special summon this card but banish it when it leaves the field. This is one of Yusei's favorite monsters and use it to the end of the Yu-Gi-Oh! 5D series.
The best series.
This card appears in the speed spell Overtune and is a mirror image of Dark Verger, similar effect and even the same level and attribute. I love this card. I've been playing it in my Yusei deck since 2008. Wow, that was a long time ago. This card always makes the cut in my Yusei deck, period. Number 9, Synchro Chase. Synchro Chase is a continuous spell card that was severely needed in Yusei's deck. This card grants protection to Yusei's Warrior, Synchron, and Stardust Syncron monsters, in the form of your opponent cannot respond to their effect activations. Every time I would use one of my Synchro monsters' effects, they would just get shut down and that'd be the end of that. So this is a godsend. It also has the effect of getting back one material used for a Synchro summon of a Warrior, Synchron, or Stardust Syncron monster. It can only be used once per turn, but both effects combined make this card a top tier Yusei card. Another reason I like this card is the artwork showing Junk Synchron and Junk Warrior, some of my favorite Yusei cards. Number 8, Synchro Overtake. Synchro Overtake is at the time of writing an upcoming spell card that could replace Tuning, another top tier Yusei card. Synchro Overtake lets you reveal one Synchro monster in your extra deck and add it to your hand, or special summon one of the Synchro materials whose name is listed on that card from your deck or graveyard. You can only special summon Synchro monsters from the extra deck the turn you activate this card. This card is a once per turn, but it's better than Tuning because you could just add another tuner from your graveyard or deck, or just straight up special summon it. Kind of like a Searching Monster Reborn. And Tuning just adds a Synchro monster from your deck to your hand and then it discards a card from the top of your deck. Makes this card much more powerful. And it's not just limited to Synchron monsters. And with another upcoming Yusei card, Wish Converging Dragon, whose name becomes Majestic Dragon in the graveyard, you can reveal yet another upcoming card, which I won't be revealing just yet, to get Wish Converging Dragon onto the field. I'm amazed how much thought Konami is actually putting into Yusei's deck after 13 years. Speaking of getting old, number 7, Stardust Trail. This makes no sense. Stardust Trail is another upcoming Yusei card that was severely needed. This is a 4-star dragon type monster with 500 attack and 2000 defense with the effect of, if a monsters you control is tributed except during the damage step, you can special summon this card from your graveyard, if it was there when the monster was tributed. Or hand, if not. But banish it when it leaves the field. If a Warrior, Synchron, or Stardust Syncro monster Synchro summon using this card as material, you can special summon one Stardust token. You can only use each effect of Stardust Trail once per turn. Sticking to the theme of Majestic, it can produce a token and make your Majestic plays easier. And it even sticks with the Warrior Synchron Stardust theme, which is nice, and makes it a great card to add to those 3 decks if you just want to play like Warriors or whatever. It can even special summon itself, making Secret Summon easier, especially with Stardust Dragon, which has been pretty hard to do over the years, at least in a pure Yusei Fudo deck. This card's art's based on the woman from another Yusei Fudo card, Converging Wishes, with a few modifications to look like Stardust Dragon. And it somewhat resembles Akiza Azinski from the same Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime, and Yusei's almost squeeze. Number 6, Junk Synchron. Junk Synchron is the favorite card of Yusei Fudo and has been in the Yu-Gi-Oh! 5D's anime since episode 1 to the very last episode. Junk Synchron is a level 3 tuner warrior monster with 1300 attack and 500 defense, with the effect of, when this card is normal summon, you can target one level 2 or lower monster in your graveyard, special summon that target in defense position, but negate its effects. This card was created by Kazuki Takahashi himself and has had 4 erratas since its 2008 debut in the Yu-Gi-Oh! 2008 Yu-Gi-Oh! 5D starter deck. This card appears in so many other card arts and is the go-to monster of Yusei Fudo and has gotten him out of many jams. This card has a total of 5 Synchro monsters that can only be Synchro summoned using this card, and a prime target for Synchro Overtake. This card will always have a slot in my deck due to its special summoning effect. And paired with Junk Converter, it makes this card even better. And it has been so played in the live game, it has gotten many reprints. Number 5, Stardust Syncron. Stardust Syncron is another upcoming card from the Dawn of Majesty that instantly shot up to my top 5 favorite Yusei Fudo cards. Stardust Syncron is a machine type tuner monster with 1500 attack and 1000 defense. with the effect of if this card is in your hand or graveyard, you can tribute one monster. Special summon this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. Also, you can have special summon monsters from the extra deck for the rest of the turn except synchro monsters. If this card is normal special summon, you can add one spell or trap card that specifically lists the card Stardust Dragon and its card text from your deck to your hand. You can only use each effect of Stardust Syncron once per turn. I finally got a search card for Stardust. Remember Stardust Trail? Yeah, both of these cards play off each other in order to set up a Stardust Dragon summon and to set up your Majestic Synchro summon due to the Stardust Trail's token effect. I finally have an easy way to summon Stardust Dragon without having to use like 3 or more cards or having to use Bryce Synchron and Hyper Synchron, which they need errata, Konami. Errata those cards. They're trash. It's a machine Stardust Dragon like Yusei's other tuner monsters and looks so amazing. I'm surprised it took so long to print something like this. I said in 2014, I hope we get a Stardust Syncron. It only took 7 years. Due to its amazing effect, this card will always have a slot in my deck. It will always be my favorite tuner monster. Number 4, Junk Warrior. Junk Warrior is Yusei Fudo. Yusei Fudo is Junk Warrior. Junk Warrior is a level 5 synchro monster requiring Junk Syncron in order to synchro summon it. It has 2300 attack points and 1300 defense points, the same number as Junk Synchron's attack. The card effect is, if this card is synchro summoned, it gains attack equal to the total attack of all level 2 or lower monsters you currently control. This card plays off Yusei's Junk deck full of low level monsters, and is a symbol of where Yusei came from, and the embodiment of nothing is junk or useless. This is one of his favorite synchro monsters and was used in the first episode to the last episode. This card came out in 2008 and has many reprints, support, and play since then, and has appeared in numerous artworks for the other cards. And again, will always have a spot in my extra deck no matter what. Before I can get my hands on Stardust Dragon, I had Junk Warrior. And I love Junk Warrior, the design, the effect. It's just one of my favorite Yusei Fudo cards, and it's really fun to play. Number 3, Shooting Star Dragon. Shooting Star Dragon is one of Yusei's best synchro monsters and was the star of the second season of Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds. Shooting Star Dragon is a level 10 synchro dragon type monster with 3300 attack points and 2500 defense points, which is the same as Stardust Dragon's attack, the monster that's required to summon this card. Card effect is, once per turn, you can excavate the top 5 cards of your deck, shuffle them back in. Also, this card's maximum number of attacks per battle phase this turn equals the number of tuner monsters excavated. Once per turn during either player's turn, when a card effect is activated that would destroy cards on the field, you can negate the effect, and if you do, destroy it. Once per turn, when an opponent's monster declares an attack, you can target the attacking monster, banish this card, and if you do, negate the attack. During the end phase, special summon this card banished by this effect. This card was really good back in the day, but Yu-Gi-Oh! Has now regressed to banishing, and soon it will regress to just like shredding your opponent's cards. This is the first Excel Synchro monster released in the TCG and OCG. This card's rival is Red Nova Dragon, used by Jack Atlas, Yusei Fudo's rival in the anime. This card and Red Nova Dragon are facing opposite directions and even mirroring each other. This card also has a retrained counterpart called Shooting Star Dragon TGEX and could be considered better than Shooting Star Dragon for numerous reasons I might get into in another video, so subscribe for that. I remember playing this card for years and being excited every time. It will always be in my extra deck and Yusei Fudo's staple. Number 2, Shooting Majestic Star Dragon. Shooting Majestic Star Dragon is another boss monster for Yusei Fudo's Stardust Shooting Star arc type thing. It's a level 11 dragon type synchro monster with 4000 attack and 3300 defense, the same as Shooting Star Dragon's and Shooting Star Dragon TGEX's attack. It requires Majestic Dragon tuner plus 1 or more non-tuner monsters, including a Dragon Synchro monster. So if you have a level 10 Dragon Synchro monster like, I don't know, Shooting Star Dragon, you could just use that in a Majestic tuner and bam! One of the best Yusei Fudo boss monsters to ever exist. Its effect is, must first be synchro summoned. Once per turn, you can negate the effects of one effect monster your opponent controls. For each Stardust Dragon and each synchro monster that specifically lists that card in its card text in your graveyard, this card can make one additional attack during each battle phase. Once per turn, when your opponent activates a card or effect, quick effect, you can banish this card until the end phase, and if you do, negate the activation. If you do that, banish that card. I believe this was the natural progression of Yusei's deck, combining Shooting Star Dragon and Majestic Star Dragon, rather than Shooting Quasar Dragon. This card represents the union between the two powers Yusei uses in Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds, the power of the Crimson Dragon and the power of Excel Synchro. This is Yusei's 4th boss monster next to Shooting Quasar Dragon, Stardust Cipher Divine Dragon from the manga, and Cosmic Blazar Dragon from the alternate future. and is better than all of them. It's easy to summon, its effects are better, and actually references Stardust Dragon. This card also appears in another upcoming card, Majestic Mirage, and in the Japanese commercial, which they'll strike me if I show any of it, but I'm going to do it anyway because thug life. The original Japanese voice actor does the summoning chant for it, and it even broke records for having the highest attack for a level 11 monster, beating Gate Guardian after 19 years. I'm old. I am old. I added more to this section, but decided to save it for another Yu-Gi-Oh video I'm working on. So if you want to know more about Yusei's Dragon type synchro monsters, subscribe. It's coming, boys. Eventually. I've been messing around with these cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro or EDO Pro, whatever it's called now, and oh my god, as soon as I summon it, it's GG. As soon as I summon it, it's GG. Number 1, Stardust Dragon. Its effect is, when a card or effect is activated that will destroy cards on the field, quick effect, you contribute this card. Negate the activation, and if you do, destroy it. During the end phase, if this card effect was activated this turn and was not negated, you can special summon this card from your graveyard. This was always the hardest card to summon due to me being a Yusei Fudo deck purist and not using non-Yusei Fudo cards, but when I do summon it, it makes me feel good. And it's even easier to summon thanks to its upcoming support. This is the coolest, most amazing looking card I've ever seen, and it's my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh card of all time. I want to do a more in-depth look at this card in another video, so I'll just say this. This is one of the most abused cards in Yu-Gi-Oh!